seriously is going to have a photo of
Yeah. Not that we're going to stage anything.
You're going to film it either. You're going to film it. I just got filmed photographs of broadsheets and I've become quite comfortable.
Famous
Quite
in
comfortable.
Yeah. Just keep saluting him if you want. I'll try and work around the back here and look wise.
Look like the teacher.
Yeah, top one. Just go. Yeah. We'll just hang some up.
Do you like the studio original as it is? Do you like the idea of drawing in the studio?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have to be
Something special.
Very special.
Very nice.
Yes.
Developing it.
Just
part of the atmosphere.
It is, yeah.
And you just work the micro, so you've got an edge there.
And it's got a lovely feel about it.
Start to introduce more
A bit
value.
more, yes.
I was very lucky. I had a term at Julian Ashton School in the Rocks in Sydney.
And so
That's amazing.
I've spent a lot of time just in that region there for the moment.
Would have been interesting in the old days because they used to have smoking nights.
Smoke nights, yeah.
Smoke nights, yes.
Cigars.
Cigars, yes.
Do you know the wickedest night of that was when Joyce McGrath took it over because the guest speaker didn't turn up? And Joyce, the portrait lady I was telling you about, has quite a fun, it can go on the record. Yeah, she was giving some very sort of honest stories of her visiting different art studios and knocking on the door late at night. And so this very diminutive, quiet lady was giving true stories out of the world. She was quite open.
Oh, isn't that great?
She was terrific.
Was
she?
she?
Was great,
Yeah.
I can say. One amongst us.
Fantastic.
And do you get a sense of history when you walk in the place?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
The building?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's nothing else like it, is there? In
No.
Melbourne, there's nothing like it.
The models get the sense of history. They love the bare feet on the floorboards.
Yeah, do they?
Maybe there's a lot of splintering going on.
And these are the original floorboards, obviously.
Yep. I would think so.
Yeah.
And having cleaned them at once, all the pastelists have nobly put the cork in them.
That's what all the paint's done, and wear bits of tape, and yeah, it's great.
Well, I always reckon the poles are a bit of the story, aren't they? Because I think every artist decides they're going to wipe their brush on.
Yes.
Where did I mean, the thing is, we could run a contest. Where did Arthur Streeton wipe his brush?
Yeah.
Where's Tom Roberts' brush wipe?
We've got better artists. With Jill Red put her brush and Linda put her mark on the walls.
There you go.
Oh yes, that's going to be very important into the future.
Maybe, you never know.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the beginning of who
Dare to
knows
dream.
what.
Dare to dream, that's it.
Dare to dream. I did that once with golf. I thought I might have potential.
With golf, did you?
So it didn't.
Oh, PGA just didn't happen for you,
It
huh?
just didn't.
No.
And I did all the visualising.
Yeah, of
I
course
saw
you
my
did.
hand up in lights and everything.
And you wore those tight shorts and everything, didn't you? I know you did,
I
yes.
pressed the phone and everything right, but it didn't happen.
So you'd be our golfing model.
That's right. The wannabe. The wannabe.
The wannabe.
The wannabe.
Oh, Linda, that's so sad.
It was really nice. I've invested so much in it.
Did you? Especially those shorts.
Julian, how long do the twilight classes go for?
Oh, right.
They work really solidly for the first hour, and then we crack the first bottle.
That's
and,
it.
And then we really
We'll go to hell.
we learn a lot more in the second half.
I can see it.
But no, 2.5 hours. So it's kind of a reasonable session. And drawing can take it out of you. So at the end of it, we are pretty spent, I reckon. It's got nothing to do with the frivolity.
Well, they look pretty exhausted. Have they had any wine yet, or? We wouldn't want them to collapse here in the gallery.
A reasonable amount. We're not about to form a conga line.
No, we're not. Hey, we're thinking about it for the next one, I'll tell you.
Watch out for this one, she could.
But the twilight months have been a real fun thing to try, I reckon.
It's been
because-
great. They've been
That
great.
is a brilliant time.
No, we sort of
More
kick them off
of
about
those
it.
Do you guys come from work? Or do you? Yep.
It just fits in.
Just fits in.
You can work it. It doesn't matter whether you're going out somewhere afterwards or
Yeah.
if you've worked. You can. It's a really smart time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
good, yeah. And I reckon it means that you have to design a class fairly specifically for it. And I think it's different to the other classes I do because of that. You're sort of almost aware that everyone's worked pretty solidly. And we push it through, but I think you've got to let it go a little bit and sort of enjoy the dialogue and stuff like that. Spins out of it too.
Yeah.
And so the class is all based around drawing.
Drawing at the moment, but it'll develop into paint as well. So next term it's going to be in watercolour and drawing. And really the combination is very linked. So I don't think it hurts to sort of find yourself splitting into colour.
Yeah.
And whether you stay specifically in black and white, drawing colour, or go into full colour doesn't really matter to me. It sort of opens up the direction.
Well, that's great.
And that.
And
I'd love to do a bit of watercolour.
Yeah. Well, what happens is as you draw, you start to realise that as you're putting values down in charcoal, it's so much quicker to put it down in a wash.
Yeah.
And even in oil paint or something like
Yeah,
that.
I've
So,
seen you do it, working with it, and it's something that's there.
Yeah.
But it comes from a drawing basis. And I think it is, as you work out all your values and your tones, you just work out the expedient way to put it down and find a method. But having said that, I want to design it so if you really want to maintain the drawing level, so something like Pamela, I think really wants to stay with the drawing.
Well, yeah.
And you design it so that
Everybody can
the
find.
class could almost be at one level at the beginning and then split into two outputs in it, and then that's diversity in a group, and that's always encouraging.
Yeah.
We kind of always infect each other, so that as we're working along, you kind of see what neighbours are doing, and you start, okay, I want to do a bit of that.
Yeah,
Some of that
exactly.
in my paint.
Exactly.
So your prowess with charcoal is really starting to impact around you, and that's why it's nice when you sort of share the land around, and it opens up the teaching process from rather than just being me. It actually becomes a sort of teach each other when you get it.
Nice. Yeah.
what would you say to people who were thinking about doing something like this and are just not sure? They might think, oh, it's going to be really hard, or how do I get started? Well, how did you start? Just
started.
started?
Oh, I mean, I
Started by going to the Julian Ashton School,
Well.
going to a few places, so
well, that's
a bit more than a start. Good question, but
Hey.
yeah, basically. Just,
Well,
when I started, I just started, my daughter said to me, Mum, can you love if you could draw? So I thought, oh, I'm good to go.
that's the key point, is that we actually all can draw. How well we draw may come down into it, but if you're learning the guitar, no one says, you have to be, a gifted guitarist, you just learn the guitar.
yeah.
And drawing, I think, gives another thing where you start to appreciate art around you as well.
Yes.
And that side is important impact as well. That you're painting and drawing for yourself, but you're also working around seeing other artists and appreciating their work.
Yeah.
And that improves your confidence as well.
Yeah. But maybe these sorts of classes, because you hear it to all levels,
Yeah.
it's not, there's no expectation that you'll have a background in drawing or any
No.
particular skill, but maybe
Yeah.
that's why it can be so suitable for all types of people at any
Well,
level.
the fundamentals remain the same. Everybody quietly develops it a little bit further for themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes into it. It doesn't stymie or hold anyone back, but nor does it preclude anyone, so that you can get multiple levels of output into it. And you can put them down and you can go, oh, well, that one's obviously a very professional sort of finish work, and that one's developing. That will come into it. But the gaps aren't nearly as far apart as you reckon once you start to break it down to fundamentals of line, tone,
Yeah.
form and shape.
Could I ask the question of all of you, is this your special time of the week, where it's your own time to do something?
It's for me. It's for me.
That's a good way to put it. Absolutely.
That's a sacrosanct, it's my time,
Exactly. That's
or
right.
your time, not my time, your time.
I don't have to think about what I'm going to cook. I don't have to think about
And we're saying before, sometimes we don't get a chance to draw for the rest of the week. But that's the great thing about the class, at least it's a disciplinary amount of time. Totally set aside for doing just that.
Do you talk about it at work, what you do? You talk about it,
Yeah.
your family, and what you
Yeah,
show your work
absolutely,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've been developing a lot of sketchbook work, and so the sketchbooks I think grow
Yeah.
classes, and in time they become, from 1 or 2 pages up to about 30 or 40 pages, and I reckon they become like portfolios to show the world
What you've been doing.
Yeah.
what your direction is,
Yeah.
and they become points of pride.
Mm.
When Nola lost hers because she left him on the train,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
we kind
yeah.
of all rallied around and sympathised
Yep,
and sniggered, but we sort of had that sort of sympathy for what she had lost.
that's right.
Julian, I think that everyone has worked so hard. I think it'd be nice if you actually poured them each a little glass of wine before we ended.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, you might be a good teacher, but I just want to see how good you are as a bartender.
Give a bottle of vodka and orange, hey. Never know what's wrong.
It's
No, I think it's true.
Jill's done.
No, I'm driving.
And this is like the Vic Arts of old.
Perfect, thank you. It is, isn't it?
It is like the Vic Arts of old.
About Henny and all of us, don't you think?
And we are all sure that Tommy Roberts and Arthur Streeton and Frederick McCubbin
Yep.
all had a glass of red or white as they painted in this
I bet
room.
they did too.
Yeah. Once again, thanks very much.
Thank
Here's
you.
to the Vic Arts. Cheers.
Cheers, happy days.
Cheers.
Chin chin.